Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the last video in the Mould 2017 series. Now with that being said, I'm not done in the basement yet. I still have a few more plans for the space, but for the purpose of the series I'm calling it finished, since at this point it is pretty much returned to its pre-mold state that we found it back in October 2017. Today I am focusing on priming, painting, and installing the trim, just like I promised back in the installing insulation video. If you missed that video, you can check it out up here. I start off with the primer and cut into all of the corners and up against the baseboards or crown molding with the brush. At this point there really isn't much detail work here, so I just get into the corners with the brush and attack the rest with a roller. And then the same thing with the main room. Unfortunately there was a little bit of a snag here, but I'll let past John explain that.
So because I'm an idiot and I didn't tape two of my joints, I have this crack to deal with here, which I'm not sure. Let's see. So, yeah, because I didn't tape this joint, and I didn't tape the one in the bedroom either, where it meets up with the existing drywall, I got that crack running down the entire length of the wall. So what I'm going to do is just take my belt sander, take a strip off the wall, and then I can retape it, replaster, and carry on from there, and that should keep it stable for the future.
So after fixing that, I carry on with the second coat of primer. With the primer now finished and dried, I move on to paint. Either I had my mom over to paint this section for me, or I just forgot to record it, I don't remember for sure. But either way, I start cutting into the corners and up against the baseboards and crown molding. I find it takes just as much time to go slow and carefully cut into your corners with the brush as opposed to taping off every edge you don't want painted and just slapping paint on the walls. Not knocking either strategy, you do you. That's just what I find works best for me. Unfortunately, the color match didn't work perfectly, and the new paint is a couple shades darker than what I had originally intended. So to make my brain happy, I painted the entirety of the two rooms. Is it darker or is it warmer? I'm not 100% sure. I wrote darker in the script, but thinking about it now, I think it's actually warmer. What do you think? I'm not sure. Before I can start painting in the main room, I pull all of the sconces off the wall so I can paint right up to the electrical box, and then went through the room and made sure that the rest of the walls were clear of any nails or picture hangers. Before I painted in the main room, I also break out the random orbit sander and with the 220 disc, gave the walls a quick once-over. I'm not sure how the previous owners painted the house, but the walls must have been not properly cleaned in these two rooms, since the majority of the room had this rough sandpapery texture to the walls. I think they must have painted over drywall dust or something like that, which coagulated. But either way, I wanted it gone, and with painting coming up, this was the time to do it, so I did. And with that done, I can finally get on to painting. The slight difference in paint color might not have bugged some people, but it would have bugged me, since in my opinion they were too close in color to be considered a feature wall, but too far away to be considered the same color. And with the walls now painted, I can get the sconces back up and start reinstalling the baseboards. And yes, I did end up painting the back wall a darker brown color as a feature wall. My dining room has an accent wall in the same color, so I already had the paint and figured why not, since this way it also ties the two floors together. Admittedly, I didn't do as good of a job on the baseboards as I should have, although I have a reason. With the future plans I have for this area, half of the baseboards will be coming right back out, so at this point they are just temporary, and the ones that are staying will be fixed at that point. For the most part, the crown molding was all salvaged, so I just had to find the piece that fit in the space and nail it right back in. Easy peasy. And then the last step was to reinstall the closet shelf and hanger that I pulled out of here a year prior. Which again, was easy. I just had to make sure it was level and pop the pieces into the place that they fit. And with that, the basement, for now, is done. This was a massive project and I definitely learned a lot doing it, and it was a good thing that I wasn't posting videos to the channel yet, because while I was working on this, it pretty much killed an entire winter's worth of working on other projects. That being said, there are still a few projects that I want to get done in the basement yet, but those will be standalone projects coming to the channel sometime in the future. And with that, I'm going to call it a video and a series. Thank you all for watching, and if you like what I'm doing here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. If you have any questions or comments, I look forward to reading them in the comment section below. And if you want to see more up-to-date projects, you can follow me on Instagram at John the Schreiner. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the next video, and have a good one.